Hey, I'm Ian Mohr, the editor of Page Six.
And I'm senior reporter Mohr Siegler.
And hey, thanks for joining us. You know, Mara, a lot of
Ian.
people think that, you know, think of this time as sort of a back to school, but I think of it as back to the red carpet grind and award season. And I was thinking that sort of rather than take our viewers through, you know, who's gonna win and what our predictions are, because I do have some, I thought we would like break down what it's like behind the scenes to cover all of the hottest award shows.
I feel like you are the expert at this. How many years have you covered the Oscars
God,
now?
I don't know. It's been like a lot, Mara. And also you've not only covered a lot of award shows, but have been on the film festival circuit, as I have too. I had to retire. I swore never to go back to Cannes again. And also the local authorities also told me not to come back.
Yes.
But
That's true.
one thing that I am excited about is so you know, my favorite awards show to cover has been the Golden Globes. Did you ever go out to the Golden Globes?
No, I don't even think I watched the Golden Globes. Which one is that?
The Golden Globes used to be brought to you by the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, but more importantly, it was the one where the stars drink. So it's always the best award show to go to because it's like basically a dinner and the stars drink. And then when you were covering the show, you just hung out by the bar and basically everyone was drunk. And that's where you would like get all, like I would get all our best stories, just hanging out at the bar and overhearing, like Matthew McConaughey was winning an award and Uma Thurman was regaling everyone in the bar doing a Matthew McConaughey impression and making fun of him and making him sound like a total doofus.
Was
hick.
it good? Do you remember what she said?
It was pretty good, and it was pretty derogatory. But the thing is, the problem with the show was that the HFPA went through like all these scandals and they were basically canceled.
Right, and this is the one where they took the bribes, or this was the, yes, this was the bribes,
Well,
correct?
the bribes were another thing, but it was also the lack of diversity. It turned out that they
Okay.
basically had no black members voting on the HFPA. So they got rid of the HFPA and they rebranded themselves. But now the Golden Globes is back, and they just signed a 5-year deal with CBS, which will be on this year. So I'm psyched that the Globes will be back. But I actually think the most fun show, and I'm going to talk about the Oscars too. Between us, the most fun award show to cover is actually one of the more obscure ones, which is really Broadway's Tonys.
You know what? I love the Tonys. I love Broadway. I just think that this is one where the after party, especially there's this very famous one at the Carlisle thrown by this Broadway publicist named Rick Miramontes. And the stars really, like you said, if you get people drinking, it's fun. They will get on the piano. The piano at Bemelman's Bar at the Carlisle is super famous. This year I saw Jonathan Groff sing New York, New York to like shut down the night. One year, in the drunken bad behavior theme of this, there was a Broadway producer whose name we withheld for,
Legal
legal reasons, yes. He got so drunk, he got kicked out, but then he like forgot that he got kicked out. So he tried to fight his way back in, and he ended up on the floor. We got the best video because he didn't like crawl in like this. He went with like a backwards crab.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
He's trying to get under the security guard's legs.
Very Broadway.
He didn't get in. He did not get back in.
Yeah, I always really liked covering the Tonys too because, like, as a reporter, I have to admit, I'm not into like free food. I actually, like, this is a whole other episode, but I don't eat at events, but this is my own
It's insane.
sort of
That's
manorexia.
crazy. That's crazy.
But actually at the Tonys, the official after party was always at the Plaza. So it's like a very old hotel, and a lot of the Tonys voters are kind of an older crowd and the people that produce the shows. So like most of the Plaza was sort of like, it almost felt like you were on like a weird sort of sinking cruise ship in like Bulgaria. But then like downstairs there was this amazing food hall, and they would open up, so it was like the Todd English Food Hall for years, and they would open up so you could have like lobster rolls, and like there were like yogurt machines and stuff. And I have to say, it was the one time a year that's actually what I would look forward to, would be to like freeload off the Tonys. Well, maybe we should.
Well, my favorite Oscars moment of this year was I was watching at home, and I'm like watching it, but I'm also seeing what everybody's saying on, you know, social media to get the behind the scenes. And someone was taking a video backstage of Emma Stone, and there was Ian standing right next to her.
That's
You
true.
were like right there.
That actually ended up being a good story. I was at the Oscars. It was last year. Emma Stone won for Poor Things, but before she won, the movie won a string of awards, and she actually had gone out to like use the
Was her dress
bathroom.
broken?
Her dress broke. It was a whole thing. So basically, as all her colleagues were winning awards, she was like standing there and like in tears that she should have been there. And then I was sitting next to her because also at the Oscars, that's what I do too, is lurk at the bar
You need to
where you
become
get
a
all the best
bartender
stories. That's
and
true.
go undercover.
Well, yeah, I always have that to fall back on. But the only thing that I will say too about the Oscars, which makes it sort of the less interesting award show to cover, is that people actually care if they lose, and people want to win, and they're upset if they lose. So the problem is that the vibe at the Oscars is not like sort of jovial and fun. It's not like a
It's
fun
very serious.
vibe.
It's you've picked me. You've picked me.
It's serious, and then if the people lose, they're actually pissed. So like they're not having a good time.
Were you there? The Will Smith, Chris Rock?
Oh yeah,
year?
actually,
Oh my gosh.
I was there. So when the slap happened, I was so happy. I mean, which just makes me a terrible person. But besides the physical assault part, I was so happy because sometimes like you're at the Oscars and then you're going to go to like the Vanity Fair Oscar party after and go to this event and that event, and sometimes if it's like a really boring year, it's unclear what you're going to like ask people or like talk to people about at the party. Like, what are you going to say? Whatever. So a year where you have like a Will Smith slapping of Chris Rock, or you had like Warren Beatty and Faye Dunaway announce the wrong Oscar category. But what the story that I had was that I saw Faye Dunaway at the Vanity Fair Oscar party after, but I didn't see Warren Beatty, and I had a story that an exclusive that Annette Bening, his wife, ordered him to come home immediately.
Oh.
So he was sort of like in hot water and told not to go to parties. But the year of the slap, actually, I was at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, and then there's like one area that's like a dance, where people dance and stuff like that. And Will Smith came to the party, and he was like dancing next to me. Similar to the Emma Stone, I am like the Forrest Gump of award season.
You're just showing up in all of the like right place, right time.
Exactly.
That's your page 6 super skill.
Like that. But then I'll be like, and then when this all ends, I'll just be like serving the drinks at the bar. Anyway, for more awards exclusives from me, Mara, and the rest of our Page 6 team, make sure to check out page6.com or pick up a copy of the actual newspaper.